This evening's show tonight, guys. Let's get involved. Everyone get into the chat, please. We got updates on a big one on Victor Lindelof, updates on Wan-Bissaka, Matthias de Ligt, Scott McTominay, Chalobah. We're looking ahead to the game later on this evening as well. Who you looking for? What partnerships do you want to see? Is it important to you, looking at what's going on with all of these transfer rumours, who actually plays tonight? Are we going to see what Ten Hag's plan is? Because there is big rumours about Lindelof being left out deliberately because of what's about to happen in the transfer market and him being reunited with a former manager. This is Forever United TV. We are on the road. We are out in Spain, still here doing the content, evening show before me and Kaz go out. Appreciate you all in the chat. Get your messages in, get your likes on the video. I want 600 likes on this video. Please do subscribe as well. It is absolutely free content, guys. You know you love it, and you know you love being up to date with everything going on with United. That's what Forever United TV is. That's what we do here, but we involve you guys with it as well. And it is interactive tonight. I'm going to get into a lot of your chats. I'm going to get into a lot of your messages as well, and what you're looking to see on this game tonight, as well as what's going on in the transfer market. Let's get started. Well, there's no better place to start than, obviously, my mate Victor. Look, everybody knows I've got this relationship with Victor Lindelof. As a fan, I've never rated him. I just never rated him. He's had the odd good game here and there, and he's just always been there. He's always been there. He's loved at the club, and everyone loves him. Credit to him. He has been one of them players that's just stuck around and just got on with his job. Never kicked up a stink, never caused any issues for the football club. I completely credit him for all of that. He's just one of them players that just has not cut the mustard, has it? He's just not been good enough for Manchester United, and he is on that list of players that everybody talks about and everybody messages me about, saying, look, until we get rid of this player, until we get rid of that player, we're not going to move forward. Manchester United are just the same as they was before under the Glazers, as they are now under Ineos, until players start leaving. And Victor Lindelof is one of them. He's on my list. Some of you may disagree. Get your comments in on Victor and what you think of him and what you think of his time, because the reports today are coming out. I think it was James Ducker from the Telegraph, who is out there in the States, said that Victor Lindelof was possibly left out of the Manchester United training squad due to what is happening in the transfer market, saving him with the thought ahead that he will be one of the players leaving Manchester United this summer. He is on the hit list. We know this. We know there's already been a tentative bid from Fenerbahce. Now it looks like Jose Mourinho is doubling down and wants Victor Lindelof at Fenerbahce. One of the first signings for Fenerbahce as a new manager there. We know he's only just gone in this summer, Jose Mourinho. He wants to kick off with a bang, obviously, and I feel like the board are going to back him back him with transfers coming in to the football club there over in Turkey. And I think, obviously, he's worked with him before. He was the manager that brought Victor Lindelof in. Whether or not it was his top signing, you think back to the days when we brought Victor Lindelof in, I think he was second behind another man on the list, which was Virgil van Dijk. But Jose Mourinho had Ed Woodward and co in charge then for Manchester United, dealing with transfer business, and we all know how good they were. So yes, Victor Lindelof wasn't first choice, but he has stuck around, and some would say done a job, some would say stunk the place out, some would say just stolen the living at Manchester United. I won't say stolen the living, I just don't think he's been good enough for United. He's served us well. I'll give him credit for that, and I'd wish him farewell and thank him for his time at United. But thankfully, I'm saying that with thinking we're going to get a better player in place of him. And he's in that category of players that need to leave Manchester United. You notice with Victor Lindelof as well, he hasn't been in the public eye that much in terms of all of the new shirt stuff and being plastered around. You haven't seen many pictures of him, or like major pictures of him in the training sessions in America and stuff like that. He's just been sort of in the background a little bit. And I look at that and I go, that's probably Manchester United just doing their bit, protecting him. And how are you supposed to protect a player? Like, we've got loads of players that we need to get rid of. We're going to have to play them. I honestly don't look too much into what James Ducker said at the Telegraph in saying that he was being left out just because he's being protected for injuries and stuff like that because of the signing, or potential signing, we should say, that's just around the corner for Victor. I don't look into that. I don't think there is anything or too much in that. I do look at, obviously, the players that we are going to bring in. And if Harry Maguire, like we said the other day, is going to be staying, is going to be happy playing third and fourth choice, then Victor Lindelof definitely isn't going to be happy playing fifth and sixth, and he definitely needs to leave. One of the two had to go, we know that. It was a debate whether who was better than who and who you'd rather be there covering when we have got our first team centre-backs out. So, yeah, Victor is always going to be that player for me. I rate Harry Maguire better than Victor Lindelof. That's just my personal opinion. What I like in a centre-back and what I think Harry Maguire brings. I think he's stronger. I think Victor Lindelof is weak. I don't mean that in any sort of like way saying that he doesn't know what he's doing, or he's probably the weakest player in at centre-back in the league. He just always seems to get bullied for me, and I just don't think he's got what it takes to be at the top in the Premier League. And it's good that Manchester United are looking to move him on and maybe make a little bit of money, because it's going to be key. Because the next story I want to talk about is Matthijs de Ligt. Again, we've talked about it a lot, but the deadlock, we're calling it. The de Ligt deadlock is what is going around in all the stories right now. And it is the gap between Manchester United and Bayern Munich. Manchester United, and the stories going around, will not pay any more than 38 million. The gap is apparently 12.7 million quid in valuations between Bayern Munich and Manchester United. The story reads from the MEN, Manchester United are currently 12.7 million, in fact, away from Bayern Munich's valuation of Matthijs de Ligt, according to Sky Germany. Negotiations are currently in deadlock as United don't want to pay the 42.3 plus bonus payments that Bayern are asking for the Dutchman. The German side have no plans to lower their valuation. And like we said earlier on, the agent pushing on the Mazraoui and the de Ligt deals together, trying to force Bayern Munich into a situation where they have to act first before Manchester United do. You've got all of this now. This is just done full-on like negotiations now with Bayern Munich and Manchester United and proper transfer dealings. Like United won't buckle, Bayern Munich won't buckle. Someone has to by the end. And like we said earlier on in the other show, if you haven't watched that already, watch that back after we've finished live tonight. We had an update show midday talking about the Mazraoui and de Ligt deal and how the agent's affecting that one. So look into that. Watch that one later, guys, so you can catch up on what we were talking about there. I don't want to go into it too much tonight. We have got plenty of other stuff to talk about. But yeah, we're at a situation where we're pushing on the agents, and they're going to do the bidding for Manchester United, basically. We're sticking to where we are. We've already communicated with Bayern. They've got two players that want to leave the football club. Manchester United have got two players that want to come to us. Agents, go do your job. There's nothing that anyone can do with agents now after that rule that FIFA was trying to implement about capping what percentage agents can take from transfers was thrown out by CAS, Court for Arbitration and Sport. So, yeah, the deadlock is going to be broken basically by the player putting pressure on agents putting pressure on the clubs, and it's all going to be on Bayern Munich because United has made it very clear that they are not bidding more. Bayern, they can say that they're not going to sell their player for more, but they have got players they want to bring in, and they do need to sell. Florian Plettenberg from Sky Germany has said plenty of that already, that they need to sell before they bring players in. So, yeah, we're in a situation where it's just a case of Manchester United waiting it out on this one. But in other news in the centre-back department as well, there is, I don't even want to talk about the Braithwaite situation. Should I? Some people are talking about it, the fact that Everton are in the middle of having an agreement in place with Lyon for Jake O'Brien, another centre-back. Some people have put that together with the fact that Manchester United want Braithwaite and it's a Braithwaite replacement. It's not. The sort of reports going around the media is that United have got a boost in the Braithwaite chase. I don't see it as that. It's there. It is a story. I don't really want to talk about it because I don't think it's got any legs, but you can read into that as much as you want. But the one I did want to do is obviously Chalobah again, and Trevor Chalobah from Chelsea, who we said last time has not gone on the tour with Chelsea. He's been left out by Maresca, and they are about to bring in a player that Manchester United were looking at in Anselmino, because Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that a bid has been made, a bid has been accepted, and Anselmino, unfortunately for Manchester United, is going to end up at Chelsea. That deal is done, according to Fabrizio. So Chalobah is definitely going to be moved on. Whether or not United bring him in, Crystal Palace and Fulham are both looking at this player. If Crystal Palace and Fulham are looking at him. Is he good enough for United? You could counter that by saying, well, Manchester United are buying him to be a backup defender again, and that's where he is in Manchester United's lineup. I don't think Chalobah will want to play backup, which kind of makes me think that this deal is one of them non-starters yet again, in that Chalobah wants to play football. He was at Chelsea, he had a really bad injury at the start of the season, a thigh injury. He had a great record when he came into the team for Pochettino, and he wants to be back in the team again. And the fact that he has been a big part of Chelsea's great run at the end of the season and now being left out of the pre-season squad kind of tells you he's a player who wants to be playing, he's a player that's upset with Chelsea, and Manchester United are not really going to be able to promise him game time. If Lisandro Martinez and Yoro stay fit, then we're going to be looking at a lot of centre-backs sat on the sidelines. I don't see Chalobah breaking through past LIGT and Yoro, personally. I think he's in a fight with Maguire, and that's where he's at. And Maguire will probably come before Chalobah. So, yeah, Lindelof out, Chalobah in. Those are the stories that are circulated. The stories come from Football Insider. And obviously, when Manchester United are getting rid of a player, always expect the tabloids and the media to start talking about a player in the same position back in. We have talked about Chalobah before, like I said, but obviously because we've started with the Victor Lindelof news, you can expect stories to come in around centre-backs again with United, i.e. Matthijs de Ligt and Trevor Chalobah. I think Chalobah is in the headlines simply because of the Lindelof news, and obviously because Manchester United are at deadlock with Matthijs de Ligt. It's there as a story simply because he may be the make weight if Lindelof goes, we don't get de Ligt, we need another centre-back in to cover, in comes Chalobah. Some people will say if Victor Lindelof leaves, well, that's 3 centre-backs you've just got rid of after a season when we couldn't get one bleeding fit at one point, and you're only bringing 2 in. Is it a bit risky? Do we need another centre-back on top of that? Well, this is why we had the stories earlier on today, I think it was in the morning show, about SANCHO, who can play who can play left and left centre-back as well. 2 birds with 1 stone. We heard what Ten Hag said. He's got players in positions that he needs to move on, bring other players in. Centre-back is one of them, but does he want to leave himself short? Because literally every single centre-back we had at our disposal last year played quite a few games, even to the point where Cambuala was coming in as his first ever graduate season for Manchester United, breaking into the first team. He was playing games. So really, if that happens again, United are stuck. Absolutely stuck. So there is a lot of business. Someone was asking me earlier on, like, how many players do you expect to come in? It has to be 4 or 5 players minimum for Manchester United because of what we're getting rid of. You cannot get rid of Varane, Cambuala and Lindelof and only bring in 2 centre-backs. There has to be another one coming in somewhere. And like Ten Hag said, there is a lot of work going on. You've seen the viral social media clip about Matthijs de Ligt as a young fan. Got Ten Hag as he was driving out the training camp, asking him questions when de Ligt's come in. His answers were on the lines of, you like that player? Can you think about how much squad depth we'd have if we brought in de Ligt? That was Ten Hag answering a question. And it just seems to be a different world, Manchester United on tour, and what's happening and the way that they're dealing with the media this year. It's crazy. It is. It's totally different from what it was before. It is a new club. I know no one cares about that stuff because we all want to just see signings coming in. But still, I thought I'd just let you know that it's not been like that before. Let's get into some of your comments, guys, and see what you're saying. Where are we at here? I'm just going straight in. Louise has gone in. It's unrealistic. Not all our players are back yet from international and holidays. If we left behind all we want to sell as well, sure, there wouldn't be 11 to put on the pitch. I think there's people arguing in the actual chat about taking players on tour, and we shouldn't be taking players on tour. Look, it's going to happen all the time anyway. Talked about Chalobah and Chelsea there, and someone would put in to the chat, or United fan could argue, like, why are we not acting like Chelsea? Why are we not keeping behind players that we know we're not going to be using next season? Why are we giving them hope? Look, at the end of the day, I think Chalobah's probably negotiating something right now and probably close to a deal. Manchester United are not in a position where we're far down the line. I want to talk about Scott McTominay next because Fulham apparently are not deterred by the bid being knocked back from Manchester United. They're ready to go in for another bid, according to Sky. Oh, honestly, again, I don't know. I cannot look too far into it, for me personally, because I looked at what Fulham are doing already and where they're bidding and who they've already bid on. I don't think they've got enough money. We've already seen what they're doing in the transfer window, and have they got enough left for Scott McTominay? Personally, I don't think they have, but we will see. We'll see. There's always a chance that they could put another bid in for Scott McTominay. There's always a chance. I'm going to get into your comments again on this now. So talk to me about Sancho. Talk to me about... I'm going to talk about Sancho in a minute, actually. Sorry. McTominay, Lindelof, Chalobah, get into the chat on these. Good evening to you as well, Roger. I'm thinking Sancho will be here next season, says Cornish Maid. Elite Baller says, we need to be patient, people. We still have ages of this window left. Gabrielle is in the chat as well. Adam, are you being toxic according to Macmillan? Am I being toxic? Am I being toxic, Kaz? I don't think I am, am I? I think I'm being quite fair.
I don't think you're really a toxic person.
I'm not toxic. Come on, guys.
I think Gabriel's repeating what someone else is.
Yeah, he's just named him out as well. I know who it is, and I'm not. No, everyone's got an opinion. I'm not bothered if you think I'm toxic, guys. Adam is very level-headed. Yes, I am. I am very level-headed. Give the video a like, guys. Let's get them up to 200. Creeping up around about the 750 in the room with us right now. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We are giving full updates. We've been through Lindelof. Get your comments in on that. We've talked on Chalobah. We've talked about the LIGT and where we are with that move. Get your comments in on all of these guys as well. Let's see. I signed the chat that I mentioned. Adam. Right, so it's all right. Macmillan, YouTuber, said he's not talking about Adam. He's gaslighting the chat, so he's having a go at everyone else. He's having a go at you, Kaz. No, he's not. He's not. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. I'm just...
Tell everyone to make friends.
Make friends. Be peaceful. Gabriel is doing that right now by donating 5 memberships. He's just trying to get everyone happy again. Credit to you, Gabriel. Thank you. They've gone to Gasha 1, Defied, The Muppet Show, Nevesy, and Derek. Welcome to the Members Club, my friends, and thank you again to Gabriel. Please do give Gabriel a big thank you in the chat, guys, for donating them memberships. And yeah, I can see that Muppet Show. Stop winding me up. Come on, guys, keep your comments coming in. Let me know what you think about all of this. I'm going to talk about the game as well. In other news with Manchester United, Jadon Sancho apparently wanted by Barcelona now as well. PSG wants Jadon Sancho. Just going to read into the stories on this one. First of all, Team Talk have been talking about Barcelona eyeing a surprise move for Jadon Sancho from Manchester United. It's claimed Barca are ready to pivot to Sancho if their competition with Arsenal for Nico Williams intensifies. A bit of fluff story, to be honest, for Jadon Sancho. A more realistic story for Jadon Sancho would be that PSG, according to Sports Zone, are definitely in for Jadon Sancho. Now, we know this. It reads, Paris Saint-Germain are hopeful of signing Manchester United winger Jadon Sancho this summer. Liga side are keen to get a deal over the line for Sancho and Athletic Club's Nico Williams as they look to bolster their attacking department following the departure of Kylian Mbappe. So, apparently now PSG are in for Nico Williams and Sancho. I mean, come on, like Arsenal and Barcelona are in for Nico Williams. Can we take that seriously? Really? I don't think we can. I really don't think we can. But still, you look at it, we know that PSG are interested and there's been an offer on the table for Jadon Sancho. We're just praying that Jadon Sancho does go, because it does help Manchester United out massively when it comes to transfers this summer. So, yeah, we're just getting more and more stories about other clubs that might possibly be in for Jadon Sancho. And it brings us into, like, if Jadon Sancho is going to start. Is he going to start the game tonight? What is Ten Hag going to do? How's he going to play it? Is he giving game time to people to put them in the window and actually make them look a bit more buyable, you could say, putting it that way? It's interesting because with all the stories that we've just said there, like trying to protect Victor Lindelof, will he get game time tonight? Guarantee you Scott McTominay will be getting game time. 100% he'll be getting game time tonight. He needs it as well. And then Sancho. So the 3 key players really for me that you need to be looking at are Sancho, Victor Lindelof, and of course the man himself, Scott McTominay. It's I think he's going to play them all. I don't know if we're going to get the changing full 11 sort of set up again. At this time of the season, Ten Hag has promised that it's going to be different this pre-season. He wants to work it differently. He wants more rest time and all of that. We know, is he going to approach the starting lineups differently? Because last season, it was just so stop-start in terms of players playing together. You wanted like the first team to get a bit of game time together. It never seemed to materialise or happen. And it was weird, it was strange. And then when we set up at the start of the season, we just looked like we'd never played together. And that was clear. That was clear straight from pre-season. And that was the problem that we had. And personally for me, I think he needs to start giving these players a bit more time now. So I'm looking at first team players maybe getting 60 minutes, get an hour in for the likes of Marcus Rashford, see where he's at. Obviously, we want to see where Rasmus Højlund's at. He maybe get a half of football, maybe 30 minutes tonight. Maybe like play Rashford for 60 minutes and then bring Rasmus Højlund on or something like that. Obviously, when the season starts, I don't want them two chopping and changing because it means that leading Rashford's going to be playing at 9 and we don't want that. But no, you understand what I mean, like giving more players more game time. So I feel like that's where we need to be, and that's what Ten Hag is going to approach it like. We may get loads of changes. I'd love to see Collier. I can't wait to see him get more game time. Casemiro. Ten Hag has come out as well saying that I think we can pretty much, sorry, I'm just readjusting myself. I think we can pretty much expect Casemiro to be a Manchester United player come the start of the season. Ten Hag has been talking again about how important Casemiro is going to play a part in this next coming season. There are more reports on it, looking through all the social media and the clips and reports from over in the States. Casemiro is staying. It has gone completely cold. Everyone is saying the same thing now. Casemiro, where we thought we were going to get money for him and reinvest that, the only midfielder that's up for sale right now or actively looking likely to be sold is Scott McTominay. That's it. Donny van der Beek has gone. Scott McTominay out the door. Obviously, Amrabat went back on loan. There's only one man left. And that's like we said with Fulham, apparently, according to Sky. They are not deterred by being rejected the first time. They're going to come back with another bid for Scott McTominay. Question is it enough? Have we got enough in that area in midfield? Like, where does Scott play? Where is Scott McTominay's best position, guys? You tell me in the chat. If you're looking to bring Scott McTominay on, I look at bringing Scott on in a 8-10 role, more 10, a desperation sort of target man tactic. He does well. He arrives in the box perfectly. His timing is superb for that attacking midfielder role. But we've got better players in front of him. Yes, he's big. Yes, he can get his head on the ball. He's not bad defensively when heading at either. And he does have that to his game where other players don't. And I'm talking the likes of Mason Mount here as well. Like, he hasn't got that physicality that Scott McTominay's got. So if he goes, we know Agate is going to come in. Has Agate got what Scott's got? No, it's a different player. So you've got Agate and Casemiro. Does Casemiro then move further up into an 8? Or does they interchange with Casemiro and Agate interchange between each other? We know Collier likes to play in at 6 role /8 as well from the academy. So you're looking at 8s really, and then you're looking at like the Kobbie Mainoo. You're obviously looking at the likes of Bruno Fernandes, possibly. Mason Mount can play there. Christian Eriksen, we talked about him wanting more game time that he's just not going to get next season as well. We're going to see Christian Eriksen get game time well on tour as well. So yeah, there's a lot looking into it, but Casemiro, we can safely say, going off everything that's been said so far, he's going to be a Manchester United player and still be a Manchester United player by the time this coming season finishes. So yeah, I think that really is, it was a complete U-turn is what I would say, because he looked destined to be gone. He did. And I get for your comments now on Scott and everything going on there. Players like Casemiro can teach the babes a thing or two, says Nick Hughes. I would sell Scott as we need funds to reinvest into our club, Adam, says Sadiq. Joshua in LA with Kobe, but not for training. No, actually, Xerxes actually training with Musiala in Las Vegas, believe it or not. It's a life, innit? Yeah, it's funny how Kobbie Mainoo is actually having his holiday where Manchester United are actually on tour. It's madness, innit? Several players are still on holiday. Yet we won't be seeing any of the international players until after the tour, guys. So everyone's going to be arriving back. Will they push for trying to get Kobe Mainoo in? Well, he's out there in the States. Obviously, Joshua Zirkzee, he's out in the States as well. There's plenty there there's plenty of players out there on that side of the world that can actually come straight into the tour. But will they be tempted to bring them in, or is it going to be a case that everyone back to Carrington and then we're preparing for the City game, which isn't too far away? Like City, I think, what's City now? 2 weeks away till we play Manchester City. Let that sink in a minute. Like 2 weeks and we are walking out at Wembley to play Man City. That's how close the season is now. So yeah, it seems like we've got a tour to get through. Bang, it's done, it's quick, it's over. And we're on to the Community Shield. So yeah, it isn't far away now. So like I said a minute ago, like Ten Hag needs to be getting these players on the pitch and playing together. And he needs to be getting a tune out of them as well. Shea Lacey, 17-year-old explosive right winger, says Matthew. Good to see more. I don't even think Shea Lacey's gone out on the tour though. By the way, we're creeping up to 250 likes. Can you get to 300 live likes on the show, guys? That is your challenge. Get onto it, everybody. Come on, you can do it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, everyone. Make sure that you can, make sure that you do. Adam, all the hype over new signings is nice and all of that, but for me personally, I'm more excited about our academy youth players and that they are coming through, coupled with the new leadership structure. Great comment, fantastic comment there from Ravi. That's exactly what we want to see and what we want to hear. This is the foundation of Manchester United. We want to see more of this coming through. I can't wait to see Collier and just him playing alongside Casemiro or working with Casemiro. I'd love to have seen Bruno on the pre-season tour with some of these players as well, but unfortunately we're not going to see that. But still, there's plenty of experience there for these young lads to learn off and get through. And actually, you know, I feel like some of them will come of age. Ten Hag always says this. There's always one player that surprises you and comes out of the pack from pre-season. We've had it a couple of times. I'm looking forward to seeing Ahmad again tonight. He is really cementing himself right now. He's just thinking, I am not going to waste this opportunity. It was pre-season last year when he went off with that knee injury, which completely curtailed his season altogether. We would have seen more of Ahmad if it weren't for that injury picked up in the Arsenal game. So we lost Ahmad and we lost Kobe Mainoo in the first two games of pre-season tour last season to Arsenal and Madrid. So hopefully we get through these games. I don't know if you guys have seen that tackle from the Bolton player in a friendly against Fiorentina in pre-season. That's doing the rounds as well on social media. Like, it scares you, doesn't it? It's fantastic right now having all of these players, the young lads coming through and everything looking great. But you're like, injuries away and you just like, you're touching wood. You're just wishing that everything goes well in these games and no one gets injured. Peter says, Adam, have you heard anything about a player called Razi on loan from Como? His club is Shamrock Rovers. Not heard a thing, Peter, mate. No, not got a clue who that is. Victor Lindelof has been crap for 5 years, 120k a week, stolen a living, clown of a player. Lahali's not liking Victor Lindelof, it would seem. That is very strong, yes. Having Ruud van Nistelrooy back is massive, says Elite Baller. Yes, it is. Jonathan Dayton, what is the latest subscriber count? Missed not seeing it on the green screen. I'm not too sure, actually. I'll double check it for you guys. But yeah, we're not far away from 50,800. I know that. So we're creeping up to the 51k mark already, guys. Only just past 50k and we're already close to 51. So yeah, buzzing with that. We need one of the fullbacks to come of age. Ennis has signed his contract. Obviously, we've got to look forward to Amas coming through as well, which is going to be good and exciting to see. Cannot wait. What else have we got in here? Cornish has gone for her meds. She's going to see us tomorrow. Come on, United. Thank you, Melissa. Have a good one. Bab says, Elite Baller, yes, that's what I think too. Van Nistelrooy has charisma and his input will motivate players. I cannot wait to see how Rasmus Højlund, more than anyone, progresses through this season. I can't wait to see the results of Ruud van Nistelrooy working with them. Honestly, he will be. That's like the most exciting thing for me to look forward to, as well as the young kids coming through, like Rasmus learning from Ruud. Love that. Love that. Someone just said, Adam, good, he left United stands. Kaz will like that one. John, you're going to the top of the like list. Let's see what else we've got. Where's Dan Gore? He looked great last year, still suffering from injury and could have missed his chance. With everything going on in central midfield, sadly, I don't even know if we're going to see Dan. It's a shame, but this is what happens with injuries. One player to look out for, Mavra. I'll say that right now. Look out for Mavra on this tour. He has been taken along as well and has got his new contract. I said it before, and I don't know if anyone's paying attention, but when United won the FA Youth Cup, the standouts were Mavra, Garnacho, and Kobbie Mainoo. They were the ones that everyone was talking about, and Mavra got an injury which completely hampered his whole progression going through. He was there with Garnacho and Kobbie Mainoo on that level, so really happy that he's gone on tour. Be interesting to see how much time he gets well out in the States as well. So hopefully we do see him, because he's a player. I think he scored 4 goals in a game against Norwich in the under-21s at Old Trafford to the back end of last season as well, coming back from injury. So keep an eye out for him. Obviously you've got Wheatley as well, who is Louise's favourite. Louise, I think she's taking... Right, heard about Mavra, Adam. Could you tell us a bit more about him, as I don't follow the youth very closely? I just did then, I think, actually. So, yes, he came, like I said, he was there with the graduates, Garnacho and Mainoo, in that class coming through a couple of seasons back, just before Ten Hag started, but he got a really bad injury and it just finished him off. Luckily, he's back. United have seen the talent in him, which is why he has been signed up. You've seen players leave, like the likes of Amari Forson going from Manchester United, obviously Charlie McNeil. Everyone was raving about him. I watched Forson alongside Kobbie Mainoo in Ten Hag's first season in the under-21s, and they were both tearing it up. They were the two standout players, but look, when you get to that next level, they obviously see more than what we do, and they know who is going to make it. Forson has been let go. McNeil has been let go. They just didn't make it. Just weren't good enough at the end of the day. But Mavra has been signed up. Just keep an eye on him. That's the one I want to pick out of the youth players. Obviously, you've got a lot more coming through. You've got the Laces, the Amas, you've got the Wheatleys, obviously Collier as well. All of these young lads coming through who I don't know if they're all going to be ones that make it. You just don't know. You don't know. But these tours are where they make their names. And you have to do it. And what it does do as well, though, if you see the likes of Garnacho being pushed through, Mainoo making it, it keeps the first team players on the toes. And when you've got a structure like we've got now behind you, and you've got all these academy lads going on the tour, honestly, like now, Kaz said the thing, like when Kaz used to play, like she used to hate like someone else taking a place, like fighting for your place and feeling that someone's going to take your position in the team is the worst feeling as a player, but it keeps you going. Can you imagine the likes of Garnacho or Mainoo right now watching a tour? They want to be playing. They want to be there. They feel like someone's going to just jump out on this tour and actually do what they did and take their place. These young lads coming through now is brilliant, because it keeps all of the first team players on the toes and it keeps them looking to improve as well. Like, I want to help these players out coming through, but still I want to keep my game on point and actually stay in this team as well. So it keeps everything moving along nicely, and that's the beauty of it, I think. 300 live likes. You smashed it, guys. Thank you so much. You can keep liking as well if you want to, everyone. Make sure that you get that up as high as we possibly can. I want 600 likes on this video. We've already gone over halfway. Hopefully the rest will take care of itself later on as well. Give me a player that you want to see or you're looking forward to seeing again in the game tonight against Arsenal, guys. Remember in pre-season last year we beat Arsenal and thought we were going to have a good season. Mate, I know Sancho smashed it in that game in a forward role, and then we all know what happened to him the season after that pre-season, didn't we? Sort of team training using a 3-5-2 formation. You think that's a tactical formation we're playing against Arsenal? Look, we need to be adaptable. One thing that was criticised on Ten Hag, particularly me, was the not adapting to certain games and not changing it up that much, not resting players when he should have rested players. So, yeah, that was an issue that I had with Ten Hag. If we're going to see him play players tonight, I'd love to see a different setup. I'd love to see rotation. Robert saying he's looking forward to seeing Euro. That would be good as well. Again, more game time for him. With all these young lads coming through, you forget that we've got another academy age player in Euro, another 18-year-old. It's such a young side. Like, when Garnacho comes back, he's 21. You've got Ahmad, he's on tour, he's only 22. People forget about his age as well. Kobe Mainu, 18. Euro, 18. All of the academy lads coming through, 18 and 19-year-olds. It's fantastic. It is. We're probably going to have one of the youngest teams in the Premier League. The youngest squads, definitely. But then you've got good old Johnny Evans, bringing the average age right up again, haven't you? Honestly, Johnny will play a role this season again. He will. Like, we laughed at it last season. I remember he signed a contract last season. We was out on tour, and he signed a pre-season contract. He was happy. He was just waltzing around the place, talking to everyone, dead open to speaking to people. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, as everybody already knows. And he was just walking around like pre-season, just wanting to get his fitness and carry on playing. I turned out to be one of Manchester United's best players last season. It's absolutely mental. Gifted membership gone to Elite Baller. That came in from London. Thank you very much, London. And Elite Baller, welcome to the Members Club, my friend. Good to have you on board. Adam, you're the best Man U content, says John. John, you're a legend. Love that comment straight away, going right to the top of the list. Come on, everybody. Let's see what else we've got. What players are you looking forward to? We're going to finish up in a minute. Evans way better than Maguire. He was excellent last season. Yeah, and he was. Evans does his job, and happy he came back, says Michael. Adam, are you looking for more presenters? Says True Crew. More presenters, maybe in time. When we get to a certain mark and I need someone to come in and cover and help me out, we'll be looking to bring other people onto the channel. Obviously, when the season starts as well, guys, content changes up again. Michael Jones says he's looking forward to seeing Agate. Honestly, not yet. So we can have a proper holiday. Kaz is putting comments in there so I can see him. He's trying to get me out. We're going for we're going to India tonight?
Yes.
Yes.
Look, I'm looking at Invisible Watch.
Invisible Watch watching. Yeah, she's trying to get me out. I wanted to give everyone a good opportunity. Want to see more of Collier? We are finishing up in a minute, don't worry. I want to get everyone in. And just like that, see, look, you've got Gabriel there who's just renewed his membership. If it had just gone off, I wouldn't have seen that. Keep up the good work, you guys, says Gabriel. Thank you for that, mate. He's at the same level now as Darren Fletcher was, / McLaren. Oh, I don't know what that conversation is. Obviously, you've got Fletcher's son as well, which is going to be interesting to see. So, yeah, plenty to look forward to. Plenty of players we want to keep an eye on. And obviously, we'll be live at 8 o'clock tomorrow again, guys, going over everything that's happened from the game. Hopefully, we're not talking injuries. Hopefully, we're not talking disasters. We're talking positive. We'll bring all of the updates overnight from any sort of information, from interviews and stuff like that from Ten Hag and any more transfer gossip going around. But, yeah, guys, almost at the 350 mark. I'm sure we can get in another, 13 more likes before we finish up now, just in a minute. Dal says, Adam, it's finally sunny here. Barbecue is on, pal. Oh, nice one. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. We are. It is 35 degrees here, blistering heat right now, honestly. Baking. Absolutely baking. Sun cream going on big time. But guys, yes, that is it. Thank you so much, everybody, for being involved. Again, loving the shows and you guys still being with us and tuning into the shows while we're away as well. We're doing our best to bring you content every day still. And I will see you again tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Make sure you have hit that subscribe button, guys. Make sure that you are liking the video And yeah, I will see you at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Have a fantastic evening, everybody. Enjoy the nice weather over there in the UK. We're going to do likewise, just as we hit 350 likes. Love it. Guys, I'll see you in the morning. Have a great evening. Enjoy the game. We'll talk tomorrow.